I'd like to start with a question. What are a people? When you visit Rome, London, New York City, are you visiting the buildings, the land, their respective governments? I hate to break it to you, but no, you're not. You're visiting a people. Let's take a look at the word visit. What does it mean? What's its definition? If you type visit into Google, it'll give you a dictionary definition. And that definition is to go see and spend time with someone socially. Think about that for a minute. When you go to Tahiti, Hawaii, the Philippines, you may plan on going to the beach, but you know that at some point you're going to have to make a human interaction. And it's that human interaction that's of the utmost importance in defining your trip. This then means that a place is defined by its people. With this in mind, I'd like to talk about a place that I love. I'd like to talk about Israel. Israel the country, and Israel the nation. What is a nation? Is a nation its government? Is it its policies? Is a nation a set of laws and dictations that it enforces upon its citizens? To some degree, the answer is yes. To some degree, the short-term solutions that a nation imposes upon itself are a reflection of that nation, but they are a segmented and partial view only, a pale reflection devoid of the colors required to fully appreciate that nation and its people. In short, in order to fully realize a comprehensive view of a nation, you need to look at its direct components. You need to look at its people and their accomplishments. Because in order to fully see a people, you need to look at their individual lives and their achievements. Because Israelis are a warm, wonderful people. The world needs to realize this. The world needs to begin to see Israelis without the lens of geopolitics or religion. Israelis are, as the polling shows, primarily centrists. They don't fall too hard to the left, and they don't fall too hard to the right. One of the main concerns Israelis have politically, though, is security. This isn't surprising. In the country's 70-year history, an enemy's military troops have been within the borders of their country no less than 4 times. Think about that. Think about looking outside of your window in Denver, New York, or Los Angeles, and an attacking army is advancing towards you. And this isn't some relic of the past like my great-grandfather in World War I or my grandfather in World War II. This is a living memory that exists in the minds of Israelis alive today. Despite this, a statistically significant majority of both Jewish and Arab citizens support coexistence. Do you understand that? A statistically significant majority of Jewish and Arab citizens both support coexistence. This is from a Harvard Kennedy School study released in 2008. According to this study, 73% of Israel's Jewish citizens want to coexist with their Arab neighbors. Think about that for a minute. That's 3/4 of the country. I bring this up because Israelis are never seen. They are a faceless group that are largely overshadowed by a world and a media that ignores the average Israeli citizen in favor of perpetuating a myth that their country and their government are at the root of all of the world's ills. Bottom line, they are wrong. Israel is a place of free expression. Just about every week, there's a march or an organized demonstration. That means every week, normal Israelis like you and me are able to express their hopes, their fears, and their concerns in a society that fosters this type of free speech. Some of them are outraged, yet are able to freely protest corruption in their government or alleged crimes against not only their own citizens, but also crimes against their non-citizen residents. But this is only half the story, because some of these assemblies are expressions of joy, like both Jerusalem and Tel Aviv's gay pride festivals, which are done in coordination with their respective municipal governments. Viewed through this simple window into Israeli society, are Israel's critics being fair and showing the compassion and empathy of the Israeli people? I don't think so. Israelis either consciously or subconsciously subscribe to the concept of tikkun olam, building a better world or making the world a better place. Why? Are Jews inherently good people? You could find bad Jews. The late novelists Gerald Shapiro and Philip Roth both wrote entire books about them. But, like every group of people, you get a bad rap from those in your community who do bad things. To the world, good news just isn't news. This is something that I fundamentally disagree with. I believe that by addressing the positive things in people, that we take significant steps towards erasing the negative things in all of us. I'm gonna start changing this today by telling you about the positive things that I've learned about Israel. There's a report that the UN releases every year. It's called the World Happiness Report. In it, the happiness and well-being levels of 196 different countries are measured against each other. Guess what? Israel ranks 11th, above the United States, which ranks 18th. Now, why is this? What can account for this? I believe that it ties into the general compassion and empathy that Israelis have for others. This compassion and empathy has caused a number of things to occur, one of which is the formation of an organization called United Hatzalah. This volunteer organization saw that emergency services weren't responding quickly enough in Jerusalem due to their inability to quickly navigate the winding and small streets of the old city. Their solution? To arrive on the scene of an emergency as quickly as possible to give life-saving aid and to direct ambulances to their location. This group of first responders set up a network throughout Jerusalem that was constantly on the lookout for the well-being of its fellow citizens, regardless of their background or their religion. This organization is now throughout the country, with volunteers giving not only their time, but their money to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone in Israel. Another extension of the Israeli people's compassion and empathy can be found in the assistance that the Israel Defense Forces have given throughout the world when other countries have experienced natural disasters. They have assisted Mexico, Turkey, and Nepal in relief efforts after those countries all experienced devastating earthquakes. They have helped the people of Colombia, Sri Lanka, and the Philippines after severe flooding and violent storms left many in those countries homeless and in dire need of food and supplies. While each of these are all excellent examples of the Israeli need to help others, none codifies this like their recent 2-year-long program with their Syrian border to the north, Operation Good Neighbor. This governmental policy, in which the IDF, or Israel Defense Forces, gave humanitarian and medical aid to the victims of Syria's civil war, saved countless lives. Over 200,000 Syrians were helped or treated by Israelis, regardless of which side they were on. Of that number, over 4,000 were given life-saving treatment in hospitals within the borders of Israel. This is why I love Israel. This is why I find it to be one of the greatest countries in the modern world. It's a country that was the first in the Western world to elect a woman to its highest office, and the first in the world to ban underweight models. It's a country that has the highest number of academics per capita in the world, but it's also where proportionally women hold more academic degrees than men do. With this drive to better themselves, Israelis have made the world a better place. Their advancements in irrigation, desalination, and medical technology have all been shared with partners in Africa, India, South America, and other places around the world. This is a testament to what Israel is as a country and a nation. At the beginning of this, I said a nation is the sum total of its people and their accomplishments. By this metric, I have laid the groundwork for a better understanding of what Israel is and what it represents. I have laid the foundation for erecting a beacon that sends a strong message. Israel is home to a people, a compassionate and caring people, a people of mothers and fathers and sons and daughters, a people who will break bread with you if you break bread with them, a people who will open their homes to you and share with you what they have. It's who they are. It's in their blood. And it's why I love Israel.